Anybody wants to say something?
Bhaiya, after all these talks that we are having about what should we do and what should we not do, ऐसा वो मीम आ रहा है दिमाग में बार बार कि तो फिर मैं क्या करूँ, जॉब छोड़ दूँ?
Yeah. So I feel very good listening to that feedback. Mission accomplished.
How you should spend your day, various activities or types of activities?
Yeah, so I haven't read any part of Yoga Vashishta that says this much time spent in knowledge, this much in seva, this much in meditation. I don't think such a general prescription will be possible for everybody, that this is the prescribed routine and everybody should follow. It's different for different people. But you do what comes naturally. You meditate for as long as you wish to meditate. You do seva for as long as you wish to do seva. You do satsang however much you like. And so Gurudev also has not prescribed this much time. So it's okay. There's no guarantee. If you follow this, even if there was a timetable like that, there's no guarantee if you follow the timetable, you will attain the self. There's no guarantee. And there's no guarantee similarly, somebody who does not follow the timetable, they might attain. I was assisting Shakti Kriya once, and when they started, Gurudev was taking the session. So I came very dutifully, I came to assist. I should be there, Gurudev is there early morning, I should also go and assist. So I was given one section to take care of. And when Gurudev told them to start, somebody demonstrated and Gurudev said, okay, start. So they started, and I saw this one guy who was doing it wrong. How it was demonstrated, he was doing it wrong. And so I'm now in a fix, because once they start, it's advised you shouldn't touch them too much, let them go with the experience. So I'm in a doubt now, should I correct him, because I'll have to physically disturb him a lot to correct. Should I correct or should I let him go? And I'm standing with this question and I'm watching Gurudev. Give me a sign. What should I do? What should I do? And Gurudev is watching. Clearly his attention is on the whole group, and he's watching. And my attention is on this guy who's doing it wrong. And I'm thinking now, should I not? Should I not? And there's no sign from Gurudev. So I also didn't do anything. And he was doing it wrong, but it started happening to him first in his group. Whatever happened in Shakti Kriya, it started happening to him first in his whole group while he was doing it wrong. So the technique, the formula, the prescription is one thing, but there is something which is unknown also at work, and that is the significant part. For the most part, it is that is at work.
I've heard enough on Gurudev telling what is destiny and what is free will. Gurudev has always told that height is your destiny and weight is your free will, etc. A lot of things he has talked about. But in Yoga Vashishta, they clearly mention that there is nothing called destiny. It is always you are doing what you are doing, and if there is anything which is coming because of karma, it is because of your previous doing, right? So now tell me, we really don't have that. Like even in my own experience, I feel it is more of, it is happening rather than my doing. So can you throw some light on this, please?
Yeah. See, it's again a little bit difficult to grasp the clear distinction between destiny and free will. It's very hard to draw a line logically. Because logically, if you are able to say that this was my free will and this was destiny, the argument is, but your free will or your free-willed action was also destined. So they are actually now this is because this is beyond logic. You can explain it in ways which logically are opposite, contradictory. So you can, if anyone was to say that they are synonyms, they are not just two words with the same meaning. You can't say that's entirely wrong, because your free action, your free will is also destined. Who gave you the thought? How did the thought come? So, and Gurudev says, height is your destiny, weight is your free will. Also, past, whatever happened, take it as destiny. Future, take it as free will. Is for ease of understanding. And Yoga Vashishta also says that only, that see, what Gurudev says is practical. Because it'll be hard if somebody stands up and says, there is no such thing as destiny, which is what Yoga Vashishta says. There is no such thing as destiny, only free will. Is also the same thing. Although it appears different from what Gurudev is saying, it's the same thing. The basic takeaway from this concept is, you have to put in your action, you have to put in your weight. Don't depend on something called destiny. Don't depend on it. And if you cannot take it entirely out of your mind, okay, whatever happened was destiny. But whatever is in front is free will. So Yoga Vashishta says the same. Whatever is in front, now put your action, put your self-effort. And your self-effort will defeat the odds, will defeat the situation. The situation is a result of your past action. Whatever situation is there is a result of your past action, but you can defeat it. You can beat it.
Even Krishna, when he is telling Arjuna, finally it is what I wish, that is Krishna wishes. That's what Arjuna will do. So there also it means more of destiny rather than dream. So I mean, it is a little not so easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy to grasp logically. Because whatever you call as free will can also be argued to be destiny. So they are same. To add to the confusion, if I were to say there is nothing called free will, Yoga Vashishta says there is nothing called destiny, right? If I say there is nothing called free will, I can prove that also. Because to have free will, you will have to be free first. Who can have free will? One who's free. But all the thoughts that come to you, all the intentions that come to you, you have no control over. So there's nothing called free will. So you can say entirely opposite things and they mean the same. To add to what she said, तो मैं क्या करूं, जॉब छोड़ दूं? Why? This is what Arjuna also says. Please tell me in simple terms, what should I do? Yeah.
That means you have to keep doing until that external situation itself brings us to drop. Is it like that?
Yeah, you keep doing.
मैं क्या करूँ, जॉब करूँ, सही है, वैसा होता है.
Yeah.
You have to face that resistance and still keep doing.
Yeah, just keep doing. Because the other day somebody asked, how do I know I've given my 100%? What's the parameter? I said, until you can keep doing, keep doing. And when you feel that you can't do anymore, okay, then relax. So, therefore, to simplify, Gurudev also says, कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो. Whatever you can know, you know. Whatever you don't know, drop it and move on anyway. Assume and move on anyway. You can't know everything. I've even heard a question put to Gurudev by very senior teachers. Gurudev, just tell us what percent of life is free will and what percent is destiny. Just this much clarity if you tell us. You can get bliss, banana to bliss, everything, not clarity. Everything, you'll get, you spend enough time here, you can get liberated also. You can get siddhis also. You can see past, future, everything. Clarity.
Like when I heard, like when I saw this for the first time, clarity in mind, I'm like, how do I reach to that first? How do I get?
No, so that clarity in mind is in this situation. What is required? In this context, in context of this situation, you can have clarity, but you can't have clarity about everything. That is not possible.
Clarity is overrated.
Exactly. Clarity is highly overrated.
So we don't have any choice.
I can say yes and I can say no. Both will be. See, I can argue that you think choice is freedom. I can argue that choice means you have no freedom. The illusion of choice is the cause of your feeling not free. Choicelessness is freedom. I'm okay with whatever. Yeah, but what do you associate freedom with? I should be able to choose myself. I should be able to choose. Yeah? But that, should I take this, should I take that, is this better, is bondage. Where do I get more? Which is a better choice? It's very nice in very nice dialogue in Matrix, the second part, the movie, and I went again to watch it just for that dialogue. It appears in the end, and when the hero, who's the one, comes face to face with the creator of the Matrix, and the creator tells him that this is not the first Matrix. This is not the first one. We made many before. And my first attempts at creating this matrix were complete failures. And after a few iterations, we found the answer. The answer, how to make it more spontaneous, and not have everything programmed. Everybody follows a pattern. No, I want spontaneity. It should seem real. So how to make it real? We found the answer, and the answer was choice. You drop in choice, give choice, and because everybody is bound in the matrix, everybody is bound, and if I program them, they will keep following that behavior, that pattern. No, that's not a good creation. I give them choice. You choose this, that, or A, B, C, whichever, and you choose, and based on your choices, your program continues. And most of my creations fall for it. I give them choice, they make a choice and they move forward. The story goes forward. But theoretically, there is somebody who can reject all the choices. I refuse to choose. None of the above. And you are the accumulation of that theoretical possibility. Because you reject all the choices, you are a threat to the system. So I went to watch this thing again in the hall. Very nice dialogue. So the problem, as you so succinctly put it, Mr. Anderson, is choice. Once upon a time, there was a young man called Kach. He was the son of Brihaspati. Brihaspati is Jupiter, the guru of the devas, the guru of the gods. So his son Kach, when he becomes a young adult, he immediately asks his father that how does one get free? And his father is the guru of the gods, and he says, renounce everything. Complete renunciation gives you freedom. And he says, thank you. And he leaves, this young boy, he leaves his home and he goes to the jungle. He renounces everything and he goes into the jungle. And the guru of the gods, Brihaspati, now based on his advice, his only son has left him. But he remains unmoved because the ones who are established, they are okay with whatever happens. They don't have attachments. So he's okay, yes, fine. Based on my advice only, I've lost my son. It's okay. And so he's living in the forest, Kach, and after a long time, he comes across his father again. And he meets him and he says, Father, you said renounce everything. I have renounced everything, and this is the 8th year of my living in this forest, but I don't feel I've attained it. I don't feel I've got it yet. And before he's able to finish, his father says, renounce everything, and vanishes. And he says, oh, he's right, I still have some possessions. I've given up the world, but I still have few, 1 or 2 sets of clothes and a kamandal and this, that. I'll renounce everything. And he drops whatever few possessions he had, he drops all those also, including clothes. He starts living naked and renounces everything. And after a while, he comes across his father again after 3 years. And he says, I've renounced everything, but still I've not attained. So his father says, no, you have to renounce it from the mind, not the physical renunciation. You have to renounce it from the mind. And he says, okay. So now he goes back, Kach goes back, and he thinks, what is the mind? He says, he thinks over it and he thinks that this body is not the mind, and in the body I can't point out where is the mind. So why punish the body? What wrong has the body done? So why punish the body? And when the whole thing is in the mind. So he said, let me go and ask again my father, what is the mind? So he thinks over it and he goes to his father and he says, what is this mind with which I have to renounce? What is this mind? And he says, I-ness. This is the mind. This is the I-ness is your mind. And then Kach says, if that is so, then it is impossible for me to be liberated, because how can I renounce my own I-ness? Not possible. Correct, no? If you say, I have renounced, I is still there. So, it is impossible. What do I do now? I cannot renounce my I-ness. So then his father says, very good. Because there is no I-ness. Your I-ness is an illusion. Actually, there is no I-ness. What is this big life. You think you are this small life, I am this. There is no I. Actually, there is this giant life, big self, big mind. There is no you. Your I-ness is an illusion. Like, for example, in a half full glass, half full of water, the spoon appears bent. Now the spoon is bent, it appears bent. How do I straighten it? You cannot straighten it because it is not bent. It appears bent. Just like it appears bent. Just like in a mirage there appears to be water. Just like a rope appears to be snake. The I-ness appears to be. Actually, there is no I-ness. What is the self, is this big life. There is no you. It doesn't make sense. Of course, this book is full of these things. Does it make sense? It's shocking because every experience of my life so far has only confirmed my I-ness. I am hungry, I eat food, now I am not hungry. How can you say there is no I? It appears. So he says, it appears to be because of ignorance. Because you are ignorant about the self, the supreme self, I appears. And because it appears to be, it is not unreal. It is not unreal. And because it is actually not there, it is not real. Get it? It is neither unreal nor real. But this self. Kach lived happily ever after. So then, after this, Maharishi Vashishta tells Ram another small story. He says, there was once a fantasy man. This fantasy man, and he was born out of fantasy, and he developed this strong idea in him that the thing which is most dear to me is space. What I deeply like and deeply love is space, and I must protect it. Because obviously what you like deeply, dearly, you want to protect it. So he says, I deeply love space and I must protect it. So to protect space, he builds a house. He builds a house, okay, I want to protect space. And after he builds the house, he feels fulfilled that I have protected space. And so he's satisfied with him, I have protected space. But in time, the house gets destroyed. In the passage of time, house is no more. And he's thinking, oh, my dear space, you have been destroyed. Why? It was so nice. You were under my protection and the house was there, and now you're destroyed. I'm broken. I'm so sad. I'm so upset. That space, my dear space, you have been destroyed. So after his period of mourning is over and he comes out of the grief of the destruction of space, he takes a long time to come over this grief, and he says, this time I will build a well to protect space. Because well is inside the ground. He's in grief, he still thinks, I will now build a well. So he digs a well, and when the well is built, he says, yes, now space is protected. But over time, the well also gets destroyed. And he says, oh my God, this pain in my heart, my space, you've left me again. My dear space, you've perished again. And next, he builds a pot. Pot is also destroyed. Oh! Next, he builds a pond. And pond is also destroyed. And so on. And one thing after another, he builds this and that and that and that to protect space. All of this to protect his beloved space. So Rama says, after he says, remember the house and then well and then pot and pond and this and that and Rama says, Gurudev, I get the point, I get the gist. Why are you saying this? What's the... and so Gurudev says, Maharishi Vashishta says, this fantasy man is your I-ness. Because I-ness is there, I have to do something. And you do something, and if you, now I've done. Yeah? And this space is, who can protect space? Who can protect space? So this fantasy man is your I-ness. This space, he says, this whole, look at how vast this universe is. Our nearest star is many, many light years away. The sun is 8 minutes away with the speed of light. The next star is many, many light years away. And so many thousands and millions of stars in a galaxy. And so many millions of galaxies. Vast, vast, vast universe is just a corner. This whole vast universe exists in just a corner of the self. When you are confronted with something huge, the mind goes silent. Have you seen? If you just come face to face with Indrani, the elephant, you're walking and suddenly she appears and she's massive and you go silent. Yeah? This massive, massive, incomprehensible self. Says, what is that? There is no you. There is no I. But the mind is, I still want to grab. So but it's not enough. The words are not enough until you have the experience. So without the experience, you want to hold on to something. And if this tendency to hold on is gross, you want to hold on to objects. You want to hold on to position. You want to hold on to property. That's why people fight over property. And when what you want to hold on to is physical, is a gross thing, the conflict is also physical. Yeah? If suppose on the road somebody scratches a car while going, but there's a physical brawl. They get into, unless it's Calcutta. In Calcutta they only talk, they don't fight. No, it's a feature, not a bug. But if it's a physical this thing, then the conflict is also physical. When you go slightly subtler, there's a tendency to grab ideas or thoughts or emotions. I've written this poem. It's very nice. I want to read it out. I've written this song. It's so nice. It's come out so nice. I've made some music. I've written a book. Yeah? Because this looks like more than I could do. So you were attached to the idea. How could I write a song? How could I write a book? How could I make this music? So you get attached to the... It's not physical. It's an idea. Yeah? Similarly, emotions also. Like if there are arguments between people, the arguments are over ideas, are over emotions. They're not arguing over, physical things. If it's not just over property that there are fights in families. Fights over ideas also. That I felt hurt. There's no solution to that. Yeah? So if it's non-physical things, slightly more subtle than gross things, this is still the realm of the mind. It's still the realm of the mind. The third, if you go even more subtle, then it is presence. Then it's presence. You can't grab presence. You can't grab ideas also. You can't grab... but still, ideas or thoughts or emotions, they can be expressed. You can express in your tone of voice, in words, in poetry, by different... You can still express what is in the realm of the mind. Presence can only be felt. You cannot describe it. If somebody is overjoyed, they'll be able to express it. If somebody is sad, they'll be able to express it. They write a sad song. But presence can only be felt. Only one who feels it can feel it. You can't describe it. Yeah? And presence cannot be grabbed, but to feel presence, you have to be present. If you're not here, if you're in the past or in the future, you're absent. For you to feel the presence, you have to be present. Presence is always present. Yeah? Presence is always present. And this presence loves you deeply. This presence loves you. The whole knowledge is to establish this connection with the presence, with something that this beyond your grabbing, that beyond your ability to grab or grasp. The whole knowledge is to connect to that which is beyond your grasping, beyond your ability to grab. And this presence, Gurudev says, it loves you very deeply. That's it.
What is the point of this existence? Like destiny of free will, navigating through all this Maya to reach that universal life. What is the point?
What is the point of it all? Yeah, yesterday also somebody asked, what is the point of it? So, Gurudev explained in all the sessions, he said, the ocean is vast, the ocean is boundless, but the ocean does not know how vast it is, does not know how big it is. So to see its own vastness, the ocean becomes a wave and rises. So because God does not know how magnificent God is, God has become you to find that out. Nice, no?
God wants a tangible experience.
Yeah, God wants, has a deep thirst to know himself, herself. I want to know this whole creation. I want to know everything. We were doing Shiv Sutra last month, just before Shivratri, and there Gurudev ends one of the sessions with Talash to ras kiye. The search, the quest is for nectar, for juice in life. Everybody is looking for, the quest is for juice, for the juice. So one way to look at it is that everything that I have ever wished for in my life, everything that I have ever wanted in my life, whether it was this toy or that chocolate or this person or that relationship or this achievement or that position, everything that I've ever wanted in my life has been you. Because you are everything, but I have wanted this, but all this is you. So my only thirst has been for you. I have only wanted you. In all these wishes, in all these desires, there is no greater devotee than me. Because from the beginning of time, all I've ever wanted has been you. As chocolate, as ice cream, as this toy, as that, but I have always wanted you. Can there be a bigger devotee? All my dreams, all my wishes have been for you. When you know that, then those smaller desires, wants, they begin to diminish. That hold loosens on your mind. It's not wrong to want anything from this world. It's not. This world is made for your enjoyment. It's created. Yoga Sutra, it says, the purpose of this world is to enjoy and move on and be free of. But I have only wanted you. You can say that now. I have only wanted you, always. And the game becomes more thrilling and more interesting when you realize that the thirst is not just this side. That side is also very thirsty. So the other side, the self, this nature also is deeply thirsty for you. It's not just. So Gurudev says very mischievously, this is the game, this is the name of the game. And he says, I know this is a game. You know this is a game. Let's play.
Remember in your earlier session, one which you have recorded, there you have shared that's why this knowledge is very precious and cannot be given to everyone because it can be used wrongly also. I renounce everything, but then you are not renouncing from your mind. It's all, क्या मैं job छोड़ दूँ? It can be taken, in a different way. And just you also understand all about yourself at once. You make it and take it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, in the story today, what Brihaspati, Jupiter tells Kacha, he doesn't say much. Renounce everything. Renounce with the mind. Mind is your I-ness. Over 12 years. So Kacha can ask, why didn't you tell me the first time, man? What's that? What's this, that? I mean, you're so unfair. How can you do this to your own son? And that can go in a different tangent, the whole discussion. Yeah? Yeah. I like to say that everybody has a right to ignorance. So who am I to force knowledge down somebody's throat? Everybody has a right to ignorance. And ignorance is also not wrong, not bad. If you observe closely the way this world is, and it's very beautiful, ignorance has a very significant role to play in making this world beautiful also. So nothing is negative, everything has its place.
So, chop wood and fetch water before enlightenment and post enlightenment. So, what changes?
What changes if you have to, so I'll repeat, if you have to chop wood, fetch water before enlightenment, and if you have to chop wood, fetch water after enlightenment, what changes? You do it joyfully. After enlightenment, you do it joyfully. You enjoy the walk, you enjoy chopping wood, you enjoy fetching water. And before it, you're doing it because this will get me enlightened. Oh, how long? How many years? How much more? After you get it, you do, yeah, today, more wood, more water. That's the difference.
I become confused because...
No, if you're a little confused, I'm disappointed. Because I want you to be totally confused. Why only little confused?
See, you said no you. So like no too, yes? But then you said not only from our side first, from that side also first. So it's there too.
Yeah. Yeah. So this also Gurudev explains in Guru Purnima. He said the relationship between the disciple and the Guru. He says movement is like the movement of the ocean. The ocean moves within itself. The ocean is not static. There's oneness, but still there is ocean, there is movement. Yeah. So when you feel two, you enjoy the two-ness, you enjoy the duality, and when you get bored, you enjoy the non-duality. It's not that it has to be one and not the other. Yeah. You can enjoy a chocolate also, and you can enjoy meditation also. Are you totally confused now? That's the aim, that's the goal.
There is a lot of trend now about affirmations and all, nightly affirmations, I am this, I am that, I am the best, I am the creator of this universe and everything. And then there is Gurudev who says that when we are in meditation or something, we have to leave everything, and there is I am nothing, I do nothing, I want nothing. What is it? Am I the best or am I nothing?
Yeah, no, that's why today's story. That I will build this house to protect space. Yeah.
The story I got a little bit clarity, but then after more stories, after that story, now again I'm confused totally.
So job done. If you are confused, you think no. If you came here looking for clarity, you came looking for the wrong thing.
Living in the present moment, we are totally engaged in the work only, through senses or mind is also caught up. So, how we can reach the presence also that time?
How we can experience the presence? Yeah, being in the present.
We are totally caught up. Like our senses are totally engaged in the work only that time. Our mind is also focused there only. So the presence not.
So when you are caught up in the work and it is time to work, I am her boss, by the way. So I have to be very careful what advice. So I'll give very impartial advice. Right? When it's time to work and your mind is caught up in work, don't try to feel the presence that.
By living in the present moment, we have to live the life with the flow, like however it is coming. It is like that.
Yeah. You have no choice. You have no choice but to go with the flow.
We have a question. When you were talking about choices, the matrix wala example that you gave, that being a threat to the system is when you don't choose. So life mein, how do you not make a choice? Because that is how you're building your life.
Yeah, it's not wrong to make a choice. It's when you're okay with both choices, you can still make a choice. I mean, I'm okay to take medical or non-medical, but I have to choose one. I'm okay to take electronics or computer, but I still have to make a choice.
But then how we will choose?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Toss, coin toss, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, tip top. So many ways to choose.
Many times people did engineering and then they shifted to their passion like music or some other things, artistry. So it will be helpful.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Because they spent like 4 or 5 years in its proper degree.
Yeah. So it's not a waste. If 4 years of engineering is not a waste, because after 4 years of engineering you realized that's not what I wanted. You did not know that before those 4 years. So it's not a waste. It's not a waste at all. Clarity is overrated, but
As we are talking about choices, but there is something called as choiceless awareness. Gurudev once talked about this term. Can you speak something about it?
yeah, choiceless awareness that many times Gurudev does this, and so a lot of people around Gurudev have also developed that when somebody comes to them with a question that this is the situation and should we do this or should we do that, like for example there's a forecast for rain, right? Satsang is at 5:30, 6, and there's a forecast, there might be rain. Should we move the satsang indoors or should we keep it in the amphitheater outside? So many times you might have heard this response, we'll see. Yeah? So when that time comes, sometimes rain is delayed, or sometimes there is no rain, sometimes there is rain, and you have to rush, everybody has to run. So you choose or you don't choose, but with awareness. Choiceless awareness. You're not attached to a choice. Because there is a vast intelligent system, this system, which has brought you to this point where there seems to be a choice. And whichever you choose, this intelligent system will take its course.
Not choosing, but yes, it is a state of being in which we are not choosing, we are just being.
Exactly. But if you are confronted with a question, choice A, choice B, it's okay to take one or not take also. The main point there is to hold awareness. The choice is not so important, it's the awareness which is important.
In the previous sessions we discussed about the kings renouncing their kingdoms and all. And today we said that we need to renounce the I-ness. So let's say a king renounced his kingdom, he don't have to take the responsibility and all. But if we renounce the I-ness, we still have to take the responsibility of the karmas of the past times.
Yeah, karmas of the past lives you don't remember. Mostly, in most cases, you don't remember. So you don't have to take responsibility.
But those results we need to bear.
Whenever they come, we'll see. Of course, you have to bear, but whatever comes, we'll see. I'll see. Whatever karma comes, I'll see.
What is, like, there's this desire to fulfill the potential. So, what is that? And what happens if we do not fulfill that potential?
Yeah, what happens if we do not fulfill that potential? So,
what is the potential? Like, what is this desire?
What is this desire to fulfill the potential? Yeah, so from a young age, I realized that life is big trouble. There's a lot of complications in life, and I don't want complications in my life, so I'll sit tight. I'll just get through it. The goal is to just, do minimal possible and get through it. Don't engage with too many people, don't want too many things, and just... So, one day, Gurudev was in a very playful mood in Ganga, and he had to go to darshan line. And this thing was, I don't talk to too many people, I don't gossip too much, I don't have many desires, I want this and none of that. Very simple, I just want to get it over with. Just get it over with silently, uneventfully. Tata halla gulla, you don't want. And Gurudev that day was I have not shared any of this with Gurudev. There's no time, you don't get that much time. And he comes in very playfully, and he says, he's making all sorts of poses, and he's making faces and making poses, and he says, am I playful? I said, yes, very. So he said, am I sporting? I said, yes, you're sporting. And then he rushes out. So it's very simple, but what hit me was, as if I thought, how I took it was, he's asking me, can't you just be sporting? You don't want complication, you don't want to complicate your life, but just play along. Yeah? And then I read in a book also, it was some astrology book, some horoscope, something, and in my section it said that it's your choice, but if you don't step up and do what comes naturally, if you don't participate in life, of course you will also lose out, and others who are meant to benefit, they will also lose out. So just participate in life. If you just are willing to play, Gurudev said, let's just play. It's a game, and play. If you just play, everything is sorted. It's harder to not do what comes naturally. It's easier effortless to just go with the flow. And if there are some complications, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah? Okay, we've shot the time today. Today's been a longer session. Jai Gurudev.